Oh, what's going on, everybody? This is Chris Albert. It's Saturday morning. I'm about to head out for a workout over at Metroflex Gym. I'm going to do some squats. I'm actually going to film it, put it up on the channel a little bit later. Got a little bit of a busy day ahead of me, but finished my plans for the week. Finished up my stuff with my clients, and so I decided to cruise around YouTube. I'm trying to educate myself on owning a YouTube channel and understanding what other people are doing. And I came across this whole Jason Blaha, Layne Norton fiasco that's been going on. For those of you who don't know, Layne Norton is a bodybuilding coach. He's a natural bodybuilder, natural powerlifter, and he's got a PhD, I believe, in protein sciences from the University of Illinois. Jason Blaha had a channel called Ice Cream Fitness, and he had to shut that down. It's now Juggernaut Training, and he made a video or wrote some comments kind of criticizing Layne Norton's research and saying that it had been funded by a supplement company. And then Layne responded, to which Jason responded by shooting back at him and kind of accusing Layne Norton of not being honest about drug use and things like that. And I don't want to go into the whole story, and you can go check out that debate for yourself. I want to get into a few points about what this means for YouTube, what this means for all of us who have YouTube channels, and what it means for all of you as viewers. The biggest thing I think that this situation brings about is the fact that YouTube is a new world. Back when I first opened up Metroflex Gym, and back when I was one of the owners of Metroflex Gym, when you wanted to break into the fitness world, you had to show up for bodybuilding shows, you had to show up for trade shows, you had to show up for events. You kind of had to get to know people, you had to compete, you had to, get some accomplishments, and that was good and bad. It forced people into the world who, to really prove themselves through their accomplishments. But on the other hand, especially if you were competing in non-drug tested organizations, it kind of forced people into the steroid world. If you're in the natural organizations, it kind of forced you under the thumb of the promoters. And what I think is so great about YouTube is that now you have people of all different levels putting knowledge out there. I think it's great that guys like Ian McCarthy can get in the face of people who are in the establishment. I think it's great that guys like Jason Blaha, who, don't necessarily look like bodybuilders, but are powerlifters and, have a background in strength, can put themselves out there without being the prettiest people in the world. And I think that's awesome. The issue, though, goes to this. These people develop followerships. And when you get a spread out of power like that, you also have a spread of responsibility. And what we saw in this situation was that Jason put some information out there. I don't think that Jason's such a bad guy that he sincerely wanted to ruin Layne Norton's life. But Jason's followers, who became overzealous, went on to attack Layne, went on to attack Layne's family, made threats against Layne's family and things like that. And this is where it gets out of control. What I think is going on right now on YouTube in a lot of different situations are these little squabbles, these little stupid squabbles. And when I first got into it, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I friggin' was like, bah, I'm a sheep, I'm gonna do the same thing. And so, some of you might have saw like little comments made about Twin Muscle Workout. I don't have a problem with Twin Muscle Workout. I think those guys are funny as shit. I think the channel's funny as shit. And they have their place on here, and I'm more educated and more enlightened now as to what this community is. But the whole situation with Layne and Jason, it brings about a sense of responsibility on all of us. If you don't know that somebody is doing something, like, say, if you think that somebody is doing drugs but you don't know offhand, you're really not only putting yourself at risk for a lawsuit if you try to accuse somebody of doing that, but you are also, you know, really putting them at risk. You're putting their lives at risk. You're putting their reputations at risk, and you're causing serious damage, maybe not only to them, but to innocent people, like their families and things like that. And I think that a lot of these things, like you got this channel, Natty or Enhanced, and, you know, they've accused some of my friends of using steroids who I know aren't using steroids, and I don't think my friends would take the step of taking a lawsuit against them. And to be honest, most of my friends don't really care, and I don't really care either. But the point is this, it's a sense of responsibility. If somebody's using steroids or not, you know what, I don't really like the whole fake natty thing either. I don't like the idea of it. But this whole demonization that's going on where we think people might be using, and so we start to speculate and things like that, I think is kind of dumb. And it's going to put a lot of us in situations. Now, for all of you who are followers of YouTube channels, my encouragement for you is not to be a sheep. You know, if there's a feud going on, if there's some kind of stupid, you know, rivalry going on, a lot of times people actually do this to try and increase their viewership. And you guys fall right into place, and you view everything. I do too. I watch every feud, and I think it's kind of funny. It's like kind of watching WrestleMania. But you also have a responsibility not to act like a jackass, not to take it too far. I mean, making jokes and shit like that. People say negative shit on my channel all the time, and that's fine. You can say whatever you want, as long as you're not making threats or anything like that. You know what? I don't really care. If you are making threats, you know where to find me. I'm pretty open about where I live and where you can find me at Metroflex Gym Long Beach if you ever want to come down there and try anything. But, you know, it's just not right if you do. Threats and all this stuff, this YouTube kind of world is more of like a fantasy than you realize what it is. And at the end of the day, if you're taking this shit that seriously, I feel really sorry for what your real life is, and you know, the goal here is to help people. I think that every channel out there that's out there right now really has a sincere desire to help people, and a sincere desire to help people accomplish their goals, and it's not much more than that. If there's rivalries going on, they aren't that serious, especially on YouTube. So, you got questions for me? Put comments below. I'm sure some people have different opinions on this. I'm going to go work out my legs. So, I'll talk to you later.